Test.
It should be good. I think we're live. Hopefully we have audio. It says the USB audio is working, so we should be live. Hello and welcome, Ranger fans, to Mustang Stadium here, the away game of Moundsview. This will be an audio-only broadcast, but we hope that you will take your hometown announcers, sync them up with the TV if you're watching the live Moundsview broadcast, wherever that may be at, and follow along on the game with us. We'll try and do the best job we can to paint the picture for you, since you can't see anything on our broadcast. But
and if we say right to left, it's probably going to be backwards because of the viewpoint from the other side.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm going to go for audio listeners.
Right.
But without further ado, we'll get into it. Noah Casa.
I'm Joel Geist.
As always, here, ready to bring you another broadcast and presentation of Ranger football here on a beautiful Friday night. It's a little bit warm here for kickoff. I believe it is close to, we got a text from Paul.
We got a little bit of wind. We got sun in the sky for about another 20 minutes on the field, probably.
What is our temp at?
So we are going to be looking into the sun, depending on where they're at in the field. We got a little south. Looks like a little wind from the south. Not too bad, but if you are
78 and sunny.
78 and sunny.
But by the end of the game, we should be dipping down in the 60s.
She'll be dropping fast.
But this will be a new experience for us. We've never done one from the fans' perspective.
Right, here we go.
On the bleachers.
We got more cowbell right there. We need more cowbell.
You guys will get to hear plenty of field level audio as we are broadcasting from the away side bleachers. Here with our setup from Lakes Area TV. Rangers just taking the field now in front of us.
Our 1-1 Rangers.
Our 1-1, top of the standings if you look at it on MN Football Hub. But don't mean to brag there. But the Rangers coming out with their usual gold helmet, white jerseys, solid maroon pants. The white jerseys are numbers in maroon. Everything else trimmed in gold. Beautiful. Just a classic look. Moundsview wearing the blackout uniforms tonight, though. White helmets, all black, trimmed in white and green.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the black and green. Black and green. I wish it would be the green helmets.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
I do like it. But the Rangers are 1-1. I believe the Mustangs are also 1-1. They lost their first game of the season.
Yep.
And then they put the smackdown on White Bear last week. Caleb and I were here for that game.
Yep.
And
you can find that on MNHS.
MNHS Football Network. Yes.
On YouTube.
Yeah, and Caleb did a great video for that. I will say, if Moundsview did not do any work as far as discipline goes,
yeah,
and just basic football fundamentals in a way, and the Rangers play a very clean game like we saw in week 1. Last week got a little hairy at a couple of points with some stupid penalties, but if we go back to week 1 form, this Moundsview team was very undisciplined with false starts, jumping off sides, encroachment, all of those little penalties that quickly, you can stop them for minimal gains on first and second down, and you force them to a third down. They get one of those penalties, all of a sudden it's a 3rd and 15. That's a huge penalty.
Well, and let's just hope that Forest Lake stays away from those early mistakes that we had last week.
Correct.
Quite a few early mistakes early on that kind of put the kibosh on some drives, and we are going to pause.
So we will be right back after the anthem.
veterans rendering a hand salute with the presentation of the colors of the United States and the playing of our national anthem.
Officials and spectators. Sportsmanship and fair play are at the center.
All right. So
the
anthem was a little bit longer than the recorded one that we play for you guys on the broadcast. So that's why there was a little bit of dead air there. But we're back.
A little bit of technical problems on the field.
Yeah. Speakers were not playing the anthem.
I think it was the receiver on the mic. It wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it was.
Paul would have definitely.
Oh yeah.
Had all of the.
We would have had no problem if.
No problem.
Paul been in charge of that one. But let's see. I'm trying to. I know they announced it earlier already. Who won the toss and is going to be kicking and receiving?
I would say that we are going to be kicking.
We are kicking off. So the Rangers defense will take the field first. We got Devin Rome out there to kick it away for the Rangers.
All right, so any ideas, any words from last week when you saw these guys? What are we looking at?
They got a couple of dangerous players. Their quarterback, definitely one.
Sampson.
Threat on the ground. Not so much through the air, but he knows how to put a pass downfield.
All right.
But here we go.
They had little penalty issues, apparently.
Penalty issues were definitely part of it. Rome with his hand in the air, ready to get this one kicked off. Kick is away. Moundsview will take it from about the 10-yard line, bring it out right now. He shifts back left. Rangers converge on him at the 25 and be taken down, and that's where they'll start out. Whole host of Rangers in on the tackle there.
Yeah, I think Jack Thill kind of got the initial hit on him and kind of slowed him up.
Yeah. So here we go. The Rangers defense has played very well the past few weeks, especially in the first half. Second half, they got a couple things to shore up, but hey, you know what? Bend don't break. We're 1-1.
Yeah, bend don't break. Also, let's stay away from those penalties in bad spots. You know, I think a little bit of it was emotions getting to him. It wasn't really.
Sampson out of the pistol, 2 receivers to his right, 1 high side to the left. He'll take the snap, look to pass right away. He's got the pump fake open and overthrows his receiver. That was number 8, Gordon Rufus Okamuranu. Had McPhee beat. He bit on the double move there, but thankfully Sampson unable to complete that pass.
Yeah, and I mean, if he did catch it, Leo Meyer was right there. If he was going to try and pull it down, I think that still would have been a tough catch.
Same formation for the Mustangs on second down. 2nd and 10. Sampson takes the snap, looks to pass, throw outside, gets around 1 Ranger down the sideline. That's going to be a pickup of about 15 on the play, and that'll move the chains for the Mustangs. Joel, what'd you see on that one?
Well, Tamakun he kind of took a bite to the inside,
yeah,
and then he got to the outside, and then Landon Hall actually made a pretty good play as a linebacker to come and catch that wide receiver. He was moving, and Landon Hall actually did a good job coming from his middle linebacker spot to get him.
Mustangs out of the shotgun, 1 back to the left of Sampson and 2 receivers to his left. Handoff up the middle. He'll fall forward, gain a 3. 3 or 4, it looks like. And that'll bring up second down. Ranger Wrecking Crew getting a little bit of their first taste of contact.
Yeah, we need
play there.
We need the defense to shore up. Looks like Howie's playing nose today. Looks like they're swapping around. Howie's usually on the outside, but looks like he came on the inside and is playing inside tonight.
Don't expect him to stay there as the Mustangs break huddle. Sampson working out of the pistol. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Quick throw. Again, they got that curl route down. Tamakun comes up to start the process of the tackle. Cleaned up there by a host of other Rangers, and that'll be another first down for the Mustangs.
The problem with Tamakun there, he's putting his head down, and he's putting his head down and not wrapping up with his arms. He's just kind of trying to do a shoulder tackle, which on the outside you need to get your arms wide, you need to get a solid base, and you need to keep your head up so you don't get passed up on. Sorry, we got a bit of wind coming in on the
wind
banks
is
here.
Definitely starting to pick up as Sampson hands off up the middle. Good run. That'll be a pickup of 12 on first down. And the running game seems to be working for Moundsview thus far. But then again, everything that they've been doing seems to be working for Moundsview so far today.
Yeah, so far it's been all Mustangs on as far as great plays and
they got the ball first. Game's very early, but yeah, I mean.
But I mean, like usually you can have a couple of great defensive plays, but we've kind of been on our back foot and normally chasing them down rather than being there right away for the stick and hitting them hard.
The Wrecking Crew by now normally has had at least 1 play for a loss so far this season,
or a pressure. But
yeah.
I mean, hey, one thing about Jacob Sampson, he's been getting the ball out quick and fairly accurate. So. His receivers don't have to wait. He's leading his receivers, so it is making it difficult for the Ranger Wrecking Crew.
Hey, we're doing better than White Bear, as last week White Bear's Moundsview's second play from scrimmage from White Bear was an 81-yard sprint to the end zone for Jacob Sampson. So we haven't given up that big of a play yet. Although they tried to take a shot there on that first down.
Right. I mean, it's bend don't break here, and this is basically what what this defense has kind of been used to, giving up 20, 30, 40 yards, and then all of a sudden coming up with a stop.
Sampson out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left. Now 1 shifts. Sampson keeps himself, heads around the left side, makes a decent move, and he'll be pushed out of bounds close to the 20 by Ethan Lashinsky.
Yeah, Jacob Sampson's got some wheels, showing good presence to kick it outside. He originally was supposed to go up the middle. Howie Johnson had that all blocked up, and then kicked it to the outside, and there was nobody on the outside contained there.
Mustangs break huddle, 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 beside Sampson in the pistol. 1st and 10 Mustangs. Sampson takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and there's a play.
Cullen Christensen just came knifing in on a blitz and had a great tackle behind the line of scrimmage. I guess they're going to
give him a yard of forward progress, but that right there, those are the kind of plays that we've been talking about, normally seen from this defense earlier on in the game.
Right. And it's a scheming thing that they're used to Howie Johnson getting a lot of attention up there. It seems like Moundsview is kind of going one-on-one or double teaming and not really scheming around Howie.
Sampson out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side, takes a snap, drops the pass. Big hit by McPhee. Incomplete.
That was a completion all day long. Connor McPhee had him in the crosshairs and just lit him up.
That right there, I mean, it's going to be tough for Weston Kuchar to come up with that reception. That was if anybody listening tonight remembers the play that he made at the beginning of the game last week, it was almost near identical, just coming downhill and making a huge hit on the side. Sampson now out of the pistol, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, 3rd down and 9. Takes the snap, pump fake, going deep, throw to the end zone.
You got to turn around, Tom McCoon.
He could have turned around and made a play, but I don't see a flag.
No.
Pass was overthrown again.
We might have got away with one because it was overthrown.
Yeah.
Because if that was close, that was probably PI. He had to turn around there. He had his hand on his shoulder, and that running with him.
I would say that this is 2-down territory or 4-down territory for the Mustangs, and it does look like they're going to go for it. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, and a running back behind Sampson out of the pistol. 4th and 9. They go hard count. Rangers staying disciplined. Takes the snap, looks to pass, flushed out right. Howie Johnson in pursuit. Makes a decent move down the sideline. 1st down, more going to the end zone. Touchdown, Moundsview, but a flag.
That might have been a chop block on Howie.
And Howie is down.
Sampson runs in from 24 yards. There's a flag on the plate.
I think not really a chop block, but it was more of a crackback block where you're running around and then the offensive lineman and it doesn't initiate the contact in front.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's coming back. Howie getting a little bit of a, what do they call those? Oh, Yankee fans.
Getting a little heckle.
He'll be back. He'll make it. He'll prove his rating. Just give it a little bit of time. So it'll be 4th down and 5 after the penalty. Moundsview will go for it again. They'll come out in their same formation with 1 to his left, 2 receivers to his right, and a running back right behind him. Sampson puts the tight end in motion. It's going to be an option outside. Rangers there.
Oh, come on.
Nearly, I mean.
Just poor tackling.
Poor tackling. They had him wrapped up. They had him stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And I mean,
It was a good cut by the back, but still another head down situation where you're just going to get juked a little bit and it doesn't take much.
Well, he didn't cut into open field. He cut right into the defense and just ran by everybody.
Yeah.
Almost went untouched.
He almost used the defense as the screen. Like Jack Thill was there, and he was kind of blocking off the other thing. They both kind of
We got a penalty. This could be big. Delay a game, so that backs him up 5. Now the field goal is nuts. We don't have to worry about Ryerson this week.
Going back to that Howie Johnson penalty, though, that seemed like that was a little weird. How do you get positive yardage? I mean, unless it was considered holding downfield, but I don't understand why you get the yardage and then so it's
or
like
redo
15,
it down.
Yeah, you get the redo it down and you get yardage. I would think it would just be you get the redo of down.
Well, so kick is up and good. That'll convert. So the Rangers now down 7-0. I mean, the Mustangs doing a good job of bleeding off some time there in the first quarter, but also didn't bleed off so much time that it leaves the Rangers with no time to try and put a drive together of their own here in the first.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now is where the wind is. We're going to be going into the wind. Right now, I think this is when the wind is going to be the strongest because once the sun goes down, then it'll probably die down again.
You'd think you'd want the wind in the second quarter if you're the home team or whoever won the toss. So maybe the Rangers did win, and we deferred.
Yeah, it's probably a win and a defer.
All right, here we go.
But there wasn't that much wind when the game started.
Jerkovich and Weston deep to receive this kick. We'll go over the head of Jerkovich out of bounds. Be a touchback. Rangers will start on the 20. And Connor Johnson and the Rangers offense will come out looking to put a drive together of their own and tie this game up 7-0.
Well, I think what we need to do here is get behind the Forest Lake Freightliners and
it's a shame I don't have the horn.
Yeah, it is a shame you don't have the horn today.
I'll try and have
for
it by
audio
next week.
only, man. We should have the horn.
Hey, we should have it for home games too.
Yeah.
Give them their dues.
But this defense is looking a little bit undersized compared to the Forest Lake front line, so we should be able to run the ball pretty well.
Pitch out to Jerkovich.
Jerkovich gets about 12. It's a good off tackle.
Didn't get to.
Good off tackle, C-gap play.
The Rangers were out of an eye. It was a pitch left. Jerkovich took that one on the fly. Here we go, first down and 10. Rangers moving after the first play of their first possession. 2 receivers to Johnson's right, 1 to his left, and a running back right behind him. Westman goes in motion. Johnson keeps, and he is stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. It's Joey Molstein coming in to make that tackle for Moundsview.
Yeah, the defensive end had good contain on that and kind of got in the way, so Johnson could not make the pitch. It looked like he was definitely trying to make the pitch, but it's one of those ones, if he does make it, it's probably a fumble because the defensive end can get his hand on it. So it was a good job by Johnson just to hang on to it and limit the bad outcomes of that play.
Johnson with a running back to each side of him takes it himself again up the middle and is tripped up. Looked like he had a lane to run. He is pounding the ball after the play. Disappointed that he did get tripped up. Falling down, gain of 2, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
I would really like to see that from Jerkovich or Westman come back and do that C-gap play right behind Mason Vollrath over there. He's a senior, and he is one of the best offensive linemen we have.
Johnson, the flanker back to each side. Now we go to pass, rolling out, throwing. That's incomplete. Moundsview thought they intercepted it for a second, but it was low Johnson, I think, was just trying to get rid of that. Pressure was in his face. And now it'll bring up 4th down. And the Rangers will punt.
Yeah, I think, you know what? With the size of this front line, I don't think I would have been trying anything too fancy on that first drive. I would have just ran it down their throat and attempted to do those off-tackle trap plays.
Well, the pitch worked on the first play. I don't know why you don't go back to it.
Back for the Mustangs.
Oh.
It looked like it was supposed to be a fake. Howie Johnson with the ball and now taken down. It's going to be a loss of 10 on the play. It looked like it was supposed to be a fake punt, direct snap, and whoever was supposed to get the ball mishandled it.
Either that or it was supposed to be a punt and he hit one of the upbacks.
That may have, that's almost more what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, because it didn't look like either any of the upbacks were ready to run. Usually in that situation, if you miss it, you're trying to go forward.
Yeah, they all turned around to look for the ball. So that'll give Moundsview the ball back at the 23. It'll be 1st and 10. Sampson, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and a running back offset to his right side. Puts the tight end in motion across to the right. Takes the snap, drops the pass, flushed out right side. Keeps down the line, gain of 5. Should have been called holding on the Ranger DN there.
Yeah.
But no call.
No call. Tony Kless kind of had him wrapped up against the sidelines, and he's just got to get a little bit more. He's got to get a little bit more aggressive and close that lane down a little bit more, a little bit quicker. Because this guy, if there is a little bit of a crease, he seems to be able to find it.
Yeah, no, he. That's the other thing is he seems to be one of those players. I'll get to that point right after this play. Same position, or same formation as the last play, but I believe we're going to get a
timeout, probably. Yep.
Timeout by Moundsview.
Yep.
That's the first of the half.
What I was saying was he seems to be a quarterback that will drop back and look downfield and try and find a receiver, but looks to also immediately start that roll and pull his eyes off the receiver.
He's got a quick first read.
Yeah.
And basically he's pulling up the second that he sees coverage on that side. So.
Correct. That's the point that I was getting at. He is very quick to bail on finding somebody else downfield.
And you know what? As far as the defense goes, like, I might be telling my defensive ends to stay more at home rather than crash middle, because that seems to be when he's doing his best, is when the defensive ends come up and then they crash on him and flush him out. I would let him stand in the pocket a little bit and just, I mean, yeah, you're not going to not rush him if he's got a sack coming, but.
Moundsview runs the option on 2nd and 5.
We got
Pitch
more
to the running back
on the field. It looks like a holding on that side.
There's Mitchell Olson on the carry. That one will also come back. So this is a little bit of what I was talking about with last week. Last week was a lot of pre-snap penalties. This week we've seen Moundsview get caught a couple of times, stalling their own drives.
Yep.
And as long as the Rangers don't shoot themselves in the foot with the same type of stuff, I think more disciplined football usually comes out victorious in the end.
Well, yeah,
that's what I would hope.
When we get back on offense, like, I would really like to take control of the line of scrimmage, push this undersized defensive line around a little bit.
Sampson up the middle.
Man,
gain of 5.
He
6.
does not need much of a crease at all. Like, that's.
No, he does not. He is good on his feet. He's not necessarily small, 6'3", 295. He's a big quarterback.
195.
195, sorry.
It's like,
Jeez.
dang.
That would be a big quarterback.
Ouch.
But he's
no, he's definitely a taller guy.
Yeah.
He's one of the he's 195. He doesn't look it though.
No.
At least that's what it says on the thing. So,
two receivers left and right for Moundsview and a running back to the right side of Sampson. Looks to pass.
Sacked.
The Ranger wrecking crew gets in. Nate
Schleif, and then Howie Johnson comes in on the other side. They meet in the middle. Great job by Nate Schleif. I've been really, really waiting for him to get online because last year he played well. He played well coming in for Gunnar Johnson, who got hurt last year. And Nate Schleif came in a little bit undersized, but he did play pretty well on the contain. He wasn't super great in the pass rush or in the power moves, but he definitely did have the speed and the quickness to get around the outside.
Here we go, 4th and 15 for Moundsview. Rangers should be playing deep. 3 receivers to the right side. It looks like Moundsview will use their second timeout or another delay a game.
I think it's delay a game. We're at
delay a
zeros
game, so that'll back them up even farther. At this point, do you punt?
I was gonna say this earlier. The punter is also the quarterback.
Yeah, so they do have that pooch punt ability.
So it's going to be one of those where it's who knows if he's going to punt.
Two receivers right, one left, and a running back to the left is Sampson here on 4th down, and it does look like they're going to punt. Short snap, high, short punt. Rangers got to get out of the way.
Get away from it.
And this one will roll down to, probably could have rolled inside the 1 if they let it go, but they'll give it to the Rangers at their own 2-yard line, and they'll have to go the length of the field.
Well, I'm glad there wasn't a contention if he stepped into the end zone like the last time we were here.
Was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah. Yeah.
I believe didn't he dive on the ball and slid into the end zone or something like that?
No, he was facing the inside of the field and his back foot was on was on the line. But we're completely over that.
Yeah, for sure, as you can tell. Connor Johnson leads the offense back out on 1st down and 10, ball on the 2. Receiver to each side. He sends Westman in motion now over to the left. Johnson will keep himself. Big running lane.
Yeah.
Fights forward, gain of 9.
Great job by Stephen Lachak. He came up, made a great block, got to the 2nd level, and sealed off those backers. So Johnson had a nice, solid lane to run through and no middle linebacker in the middle to stop him there.
Johnson and the Rangers on 2nd down. A receiver on either side. Jerkovich in the backfield to the left of Johnson. Westman now goes in motion from left to right. Handoff, Durago up the middle. That's going to be a 1st down.
That's kind of what I was looking for, those B and C gap plays where they have both Westman and Durago are good enough to see downfield if they have the cut or if they're not. And Durago made a good choice there. He saw that there was a good 3-yard opening, and that's all he needed to get the 1st down. He doesn't need to hit a home run there. Just get the 1st down. Let's make a good, solid push here and a good, nice, solid drive.
Johnson out of the pistol. A receiver on either side. Durago from right to left. Handoff, Jerkovich up the middle. Gain of 5. Durago with a block.
Yeah, Durago had a good block, and Jerkovich there did a good job just getting what you can. And Stefan Lachak up the middle there, and Jack Shelgren on the outside. Both of them were upfield in the 2nd level.
Johnson, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Now Westman goes in motion all the way over to the right side. Johnson keeps himself. Nice gap. Is stacked up after a gain of a couple, and that'll bring up 3rd and short. I think he's going to be a yard or 2 short.
It's going to be about 2 short. Aiden Hayes kind of got bottled up on his. He had a good pull out and was pulling the lead, but he kind of got pushed back on and basically was jamming up the hole a little bit. It was a good job to get out there, but the hole closed up.
There we go.
That is going to be a penalty on the Moundsview encroachment. Sorry, I kind of went over my time there.
No, you're all good. Encroachment on Moundsview. Again, stuff that we were talking about. Now we're getting those calls while we're on offense, keeping our drive alive. Moundsview has got to figure out a way to commit less penalties.
I would really like to see a C gap on the right side here. Get behind Jack Shilgren and Durago on that side.
Johnson, 2 flankers in the backfield with a running back next to him on the left and a receiver to the right. Johnson will keep it on the option, heading out to that right side, taken down. Gain of nothing.
I'd really like to see Johnson like that. That was the perfect one where you have the time to make the pitch there, and Westman's on the outside, and he is up to half speed. So he's got 2 steps and he's gone. You know.
Well, yeah, you know how fast he accelerates. It's unbelievable to watch. Johnson with 2 receivers now to his right side. Jerkovic behind him in the backfield. Johnson takes the snap, hand off, Jerkovic. He'll dive forward.
It's going to be about
Good
3rd
gain.
and 5. 3rd and 6 maybe. I'm not a fan of that spot there.
I think he dove forward.
Yeah, he did dive forward, and I don't think his knee was down. But
big 3rd down here. Rangers had a drive going. They've been chewing up some play clock. They got to put something together. Johnson with 2 running backs in the backfield, one on either side of him out of the pistol, and 2 receivers to his right side. Sends Westman in motion out to the left. Quick pass to Westman. Westman's got to make a move. Diving.
I think they're calling him out early.
Oh. He dove and it would have been close, but I think they're calling a foot out of bounds. And he'll be 3 or 4 short, and we'll see what the Rangers decide to do.
I'm not opposed to going for this here.
Well, you saw what happened the last time we tried to punt. It wouldn't fill me full of confidence, as it looks like the Rangers are going to go for it. Receiver to each side, Lashinsky and Westman. Jerkovic behind Johnson.
I think they're going left C gap here, or a hard count. Looks like a hard count, and then they're going to punt it.
Congratulations to Moundsview for staying on sides.
Right? Hey, I mean, you got to try, right? Got to give her a shot. If they're known to jump off sides, you got to give it a shot. It's worth a timeout wasted there.
Dude, last week it was one of the things that I thought was sort of funny. There was 2 or 3 times Moundsview came out to do the hard count to try and get a 1st down.
And they jumped offside.
Fall started. Like, dude, in most situations, there's no play call.
Right.
There's no reason to move.
Right.
There's not a play call. You just go out there and then you call the timeout.
It's just a lapse of judgment. And
it looks like the Rangers are going to punt.
And it is a punt here. We got.
Do they got the wind right now?
No, we are against the wind.
All right. Well, hopefully this one goes better than the last time. Low snap. Punt is away. It's going to be a short punt, fair caught at the 46 by Moundsview.
See, and that right there, you're netting 15, 20 yards. I don't mind going for it.
Well, and these Mustang D-backs love playing the ball more than the receiver. I saw that a lot last week. At what point do you drop the quarterback back and throw up the pass to Lashinsky we had last week? If it gets picked off, it's better than a punt almost.
Right.
Sampson now out of the pistol, a receiver
Low
to his
snap,
left, to his right.
Quick hitter to the right, the left side over there.
There's a pitch to Mitchell Olson, taken for 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2 to go.
And I think they might take it. Oh, no, looks like they're going to take 1 play. I would definitely be looking for the pass. They're trying to get it off before before the quarter.
2 receivers left.
All right, there's the quarter.
Quarter. I thought they were actually going to go for it there, but.
Well, I mean, I thought if you were going to take a shot, that was the time. Like
or just to get a play in, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're gonna take a pass deep, you're 2nd and 2. That's the time to take a shot. If you miss, you got a good shot at getting it on 3rd down.
Especially when you had the wind.
Right. That's
at
what
the
I'm
time.
saying.
Yeah.
You have the wind. You might as well give it a shot.
First, turn the page.
Well, we go into the 2nd quarter now. Is it safe to say lackluster game so far?
Yeah, it's
defensive
been,
battle.
It's
Some
been a
splashy
defensive
plays by
battle,
Moundsview.
a few explosive running plays. They've been doing a really good job up front in their blocking schemes. I will definitely say that. Hats off to Moundsview on that.
Number 32, the page before.
Their blocking schemes have been really quick and really well executed. It's not one of those long developing plays. It's, hey, it's there and it's already by you.
Yeah.
They'll be looking for you.
All right, here we go. Back to the action now, 2nd quarter. 2nd and 3 to go for the Mustangs. Receiver left, 2 receivers right for Sampson with a running back next to him. Move the tight end to his left. Handoff, Olsen up the middle, makes a good jump cut, stays on his feet through multiple tackles, and he's off to the races trying to cut back, and is finally cut down by Leo Meyer down inside the 20.
We had the outside contain, the running back just stopped and made a jump cut, basically ran the other way, and then through the 2nd level of the defense, we had some issues with tackling.
And lots of high tackling.
Yes.
Ranger 21-yard line.
Okay, here we go. Moundsview just outside of the red zone at the 21-yard line. Sampson, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, in the back behind him. Olsen checks out for a play. Sampson drops to throw. Over the middle, incomplete. Looked like Lashinsky could have made a play on that one.
Yeah, but Ishan Goyet there, he was open.
Yes.
He was open, knifing across, and he was just overthrown a little bit.
It was a bit of a dangerous throw.
It was a dangerous throw,
but he was wide open.
He was wide open.
We'll see what they dial up here on 2nd and 10. Mustangs looking to get into the red zone. 2 receivers right, 1 left. A fullback next to Sampson's right side, and a halfback directly behind him out of the pistol. Handoff.
Great
Ranger
job
Wrecking
by
Crew.
Jack Thill. Oh, no, that's...
that was Jack Thill.
Yeah, that was Jack Thill. Number 1.
Jack Thill and the Ranger Wrecking Crew converging. No gain. We need more of those to set this tone early.
No gain. And,
now that we're getting towards the middle of the game.
Right.
Yeah, set it early. Into the 2nd quarter. Yeah. Defense, we've bent down to the 20.
Right.
Time to not break.
Well, I mean, now's the time where we could see that Mustang implosion again, kind of like we did last time.
Yeah. When especially taking Olsen off the field, we'll see how Tran can fill the shoes for that running back. Sampson out of the pistol.
Low snap.
Rolls right to throw. Pressured by the Rangers. Low throw. Caught. It's going to be close to a 1st down.
I don't know. It looks like it's about 5 yards.
Yeah, 4 yards short. 4th down. So this could be a huge play for the Rangers here.
4th down and 3.
4th and 3. Our vantage point is not very good to tell.
Olsen checks back into the backfield.
To tell down and distance from here.
Yeah, I'm using the scoreboard.
Right.
Olsen in the backfield. They try the hard count. Rangers stay disciplined.
Nothing doing. Looks like
timeout
Mustangs. By
Mustangs. That's got to be close to their. That's their second. So Rangers used 1 of theirs. All right.
They do have timeouts left on this scoreboard.
Yes. This scoreboard, I mean, I thought we had a nice scoreboard. at the old Ranger Stadium. This one is all LED screen. It's a nice setup they got here. But I guess the Rangers have the traditional board with the Jumbotron above it. So
yeah, I think that they could easily do something with the programming of the Jumbotron to be able to get timeouts on there.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Big fourth down here. 4th and 3 Mustangs.
This is where the rubber meets the road here. We need the Ranger Wrecking Crew to step up big.
Big man package in with only one receiver split out to the right side. Mitchell Olsen checked in at the running back. It's going to be Sampson on a keeper, and he reads it perfectly and takes it into the end zone.
It was a good run by Sampson. Good run by Sampson.
I mean, he got Tamakung in that position of it's only you out there to make the play between the pitch of the quarterback and the running back, and you got to pick one.
He kind of got turned around, and it just he was in a bad spot by yourself out there, and that's just a tough spot.
But I would say in that situation, it is one of those. It's one of those times where strategically, I'm not saying dirty play, but on a design option play like that, you know that one of those two players is most likely taking a shot.
Yeah.
When I was playing, at least, we were always taught if you're that one-on-one guy, you got to give the shot to the quarterback.
Right. Well, I mean,
don't get caught in the middle.
You give the shot. You give the shot to the guy that's got the ball at the time. If he makes the pitch, that's good. But you got to have the quarterback with the ice in his veins to get the good pitch out there.
Yeah.
If you are giving him the shot,
and that on top of it was the reason that's what we were taught is if you come downhill right at the quarterback, one, you lay a good lick on him. He's not going to want to come out and do that same play again the next time. But two, that all of a sudden puts you into a lot of jarring pressure to make a pitch 5 yards.
And that can be a scoop and score touchdown the other way if you get a good stick and the pitch goes badly.
Got to commit. Jerkovich here on the return will take it from the 5. Oh, has a cut in a lane. Good speed down to the 30. He had a huge crease, but it closed quickly.
That was a little different because Jerkovich hung on to the ball. He caught it, and it seemed like he hung out there for about a half second.
I think he let it bounce right in front of him, didn't he? He caught it off the bounce, yeah.
But he got it,
he
secured it,
and then kind of form up a little bit.
And then kind of let everybody come down, and that's kind of what got the lane open. It was kind of a...
All right, Rangers.
If he was running really quickly right there, I don't think that would have been as good of a return.
Yeah, no, there's something to be said about letting stuff set up on plays like that. Rangers offense out on the field, 2 receivers left. Westman going in motion to the left with Jerkovich behind Johnson. Johnson on the motion. Pitch out to Jerkovich, trying to get to the edge, but he's drugged down. Gain of maybe 1 or 2 on the play. Option not working for the Rangers the way that it does for Moundsview.
With what I've seen from this offense, I don't think the pitch is the way to do it against this offense because they're used to running the pitch against Sampson.
Yeah.
So this defense is very well versed on handling that pitch play.
Johnson with 3 receivers to his right. It's going to be a quick pass out to Westman.
There we go. Westman's
good blocking
got some
of the receivers. He gets outside.
I would like to see him cut the middle.
McPhee had his guy with his back turned to the sideline.
Yeah.
And was almost out of bounds. And Westman turned right up underneath him.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him cut that up the middle, and if he gets through, he's gone. And there's just very limited space against the sideline there.
Same formation, flipped to the other side with the 3 receivers. High side, Westman down here on the bottom. And Jerkovich next to Johnson. Ooh. Quick pass out, caught by McPhee. Takes a hit. Johnson, high pass.
They were ready for that one, and Connor McPhee got lit up.
Yeah, that was a little taste of his own medicine after delivering that big hit on defense a series or two ago. So now it brings up second down and a lot longer to go, 12 yards.
I don't know. I'm a fan of quick handoffs to, like, if you run that play where they have Durago coming across, quick handoff right there. I want
Johnson, quick pass out to Westman. Good catch.
There's the cut back to the middle that I was looking for. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short, maybe a half yard short.
Yeah, it was a gain of about 10, so that'll be about make third down a lot easier for the Rangers. I'd go straight up I formation, handoff to Durago. First down is what I would go with on that thing, if I'm calling plays.
Get behind those Force Lake Freightliners and just let them run.
This defensive line for the Moundsview Mustangs has two big guys right up the middle here.
Well, Stefan Lachak has been doing a great job on seal blocks.
Durago, who has the ball here?
I think it's short, but I don't think we are punting here.
No. That play looked broken from the start. I'd line it up and run the same thing.
I think that was a snap.
I think the ball was on the ground.
Bad exchange on the snap.
It's 4th down and 1.
All right, 4th and 1, Rangers.
Shotgun.
This is big. Receiver left, receiver right. Running back next to the left of Johnson. Westman now comes in motion. Westman will keep himself, has the first down, and a gain of 5.
By Johnson.
Big play there. Clock will continue to run.
See, and that's
just inside 7.
That's kind of how I like to see that play. Johnson is good enough to find a hole in the middle there. So, like, when he's under center there, and in that pistol where it's really close, he doesn't have the extra couple of yards to get that running head start and then be able to cut quick.
All right, 1st and 10. Rangers still with the ball. Westman, far side left, 2 receivers to Johnson's right, and a running back right behind him.
Durago in motion.
Oh, ball on the ground.
Ball on the ground.
Mustangs pick it up. No, Rangers may have gotten back on it. Moundsview's calling it their ball.
Force Lake fumbles on the exchange.
And it will be Moundsview ball. So not only was it a loss of 10 on the play, but Moundsview also recovers the pitch, and the Rangers just seem to be playing sloppy tonight.
It is sloppy
on the offensive side.
I'm really thinking that my initial reaction on why we shouldn't be running pitches is correct.
They know how to play it. The defense sees it coming out, and they know exactly how to play it.
Yeah, I mean, they have practiced against this pitch the whole time because this whole offense is around Jacob Sampson and the pitch.
Speaking of that, Sampson taking the field now with Moundsview. 2 receivers to his right, 1 left, and a running back next to him. He looks to pass, throws over the middle.
Down.
Incomplete.
I think that was batted down by Andrew Johnson.
It was either Johnson or Degerstrom. One of those two got a mid up there and knocked it down. But you were saying, yes, I think the Rangers' defense, instead of being huddled around the TV, needs to be on the sideline watching the master class that Moundsview is putting on how to defend that triple option.
Yeah.
Sampson, 2 receivers to his right, 1 left, running back behind him. Handoff up the middle, Olsen. He is tough to take down. Carry forward for 5.
Nate Schleif on the tackle. I think it's going to be about 7 or 8.
Schleif.
Right.
It's funny getting the opposing stadium's announcers.
If we were on the other side, we could tell the announcer. what the names were.
Unfortunately, we weren't allowed in the booth tonight, but we are allowed to do this, so we're grateful.
We are. Big thanks out, and big thanks to Mother Nature for not letting us rain out.
Yeah, that would have been the one crappy thing about tonight. Sampson, same formation he's been running all night. Takes the snap, quick pass out to the outside. And I don't know how many times you want to do that after watching film and your game so far tonight of Connor McPhee being an absolute missile on that right side of the defense.
Yeah, that's
I would not throw anything underneath.
I wouldn't. Well, and that's the one where it's the longer developing play. Like you run a longer developing play, and Connor McPhee's going to smell it out.
You're letting him wind it up.
Those quick hitting screens were much more effective, and I don't mean to tell them how to do their job over there, but from what I've seen of their offense, that seemed to be a lot more effective.
I think the Mustangs should run that play all night long and just let it happen. Finally, the Olsen tied up in the backfield by a whole mess of Rangers and taken down.
That's Hunter Hanegraaff.
Needed that one.
Hunter Hanegraaff was leading it right there, and he got enough of them that the host of the Ranger wrecking crew was able to.
I was very sidetracked. That was a huge play.
Yes,
that was fourth and 2, and the Rangers defense making a huge stop. And here comes Connor Johnson and the Freightliners.
All right, and this is where I'd like to see 5:18. We just take the rest of the half.
Go down and score.
Go down and
cut
score.
It in half.
I'm really thinking that it should be handoffs to Jerkovich and handoffs to Durago and Westman as they're coming across.
Johnson out of the pistol, takes a snap, handoff. Jerkovich has a hole, takes on a hit. He'll fight forward, gain a 6.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Those
we'll take 5-6.
Quick hitting plays. You get it. You have Stefan Lachak, who's making a great first block. And these defensive linemen are pretty small. So what that means is you can get that power move quick, and if your back is fast enough to get the seam, you're going to get 5 or 6 yards. The drawback to that is the defensive line is a lot faster, so they're going to catch up to them, and they're going to be there on that second level. So it's one of those things that, 4 or 5 yards of play, just boom, boom, boom.
Beat them down.
Let those Forest Lake Freightliners just take a good first 3-4 steps and let Jerkovich and Durago and Westman cut off of where they're at.
Agreed. Johnson out of the pistol, receiver left, 2 to the right side. He'll take the snap, look to throw, screen to Westman. Beautiful move.
Wow, great.
Down to the 45.
A double spin move. Great job by Westman. He caught it, made a quick spin move, and then did another spin move as he was coming through the safety area.
Yeah, that was. I get awestruck trying to watch him run. I lose my words.
I mean, he
moves faster than I can speak.
His center of gravity is very low to the ground, and he is a master at the spin move.
Johnson keeps himself left side, takes a shot in the backfield.
Tackled for a loss.
Whew. So that'll be a loss of 1. It'll be second down and 11.
And there again, that's more of one of those slower developing plays that you fake it to, just go up and hit him in the mouth.
Yeah.
None of this dancing around. Let's just go up, punch him in the mouth.
It's been working. But that one was obviously snuffed out by those linebackers. Johnson running back to either side.
Oh, going deep.
Johnson looking deep. Lashinsky down there.
That could be intercepted, and it is. That's Johnny Gale. Johnny Gale on the interception.
That's tough, because if I'm Lashinsky, he had all time to try and get underneath it and make a play on the ball at least.
He did.
It seemed like he went for the tackle.
The one thing is he knew Gale. Gale is a big dude. Gale is 6'3", 175. And he had the jumps. He had the ups.
He had the jumps on a 6'5" tight end last week.
I get that, but I pretty sure that he just recognized that he was way out of position on that ball, because that ball should have been thrown to the outside, not the inside. And if that would have been like corner pylon throw, that would have been much better. Mustangs back on, and
Sampson with the carry, breaking tackles, and it's off to the races. He trips on the turf.
Ethan Lashinsky finally drags him down.
He goes down after a huge gain.
That's going to be a gain of about 40.
Moundsview rolling right now. Seemingly can do no wrong on offense.
Looks like about 32. Excuse me.
I'll say this. The Rangers are going to need to do some halftime adjustments like other teams have done to us the past couple weeks. Sampson takes the snap, looks to throw, now runs right up the middle, spins out of 2 tackles, and is immediately taken down by the second wave.
Yeah, a whole host of Rangers out there. That's good job sticking with the play. I really think that we need to turn up the tempo on defense. Run a few more stunts with Howie, move him around. It seems like they've kind of been keeping him in the same spot. Actually, now he did switch to this side. Schleif was out there, so I guess they are moving him around a bit. But
Sampson, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, and a running back next to him out of the pistol. Takes the snap, keeps himself, now throws outside, and that was a close call.
Yeah,
we had a heat-seeking missile out there.
Tony Kless came in right up the middle and was in there just trying to take Sampson down right away.
He put Sampson on his butt.
Yeah.
And Temukung was right there as well to lay the boom to whoever that ball ended up getting to.
Yeah, that was good coverage out there by Temukung.
Looks like Sampson's feeling that last one a little bit. He came out a little bit more. He wasn't running out to the huddle the same way.
You got that kind of stiff leg look.
Yeah. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sampson drops to pass. Throw downfield.
Ooh, wow.
Is that batted away?
Temukung got a hand on that. He was by him, but Temukung adjusted to the ball, got one hand on it. Got one hand on it when he was laying out. That was a good adjustment made by Temukung.
The Moundsview sideline and student section desperately wanted a pass interference call on that, and they did not get it.
Not even close. He was going for the
diving
ball.
For the
he
ball.
Actually touched the ball.
He dove away from the receiver to get to the ball. Sampson now into punt.
Maybe.
Yeah, as long as there's no trickery. McPhee will be deep. High snap.
Oh,
punt is away.
blocked.
Line drive punt. McPhee will take it. Works up the right sideline, cuts back, and is taken down there right at about the 25, and McPhee is still down. He's gotten up to his elbows and knees now. I think he may have just gotten the wind knocked out of him.
Get that little
shot to the chest. Yeah.
Shot to the chest that
sends all the wind out of you. That's the one that's borderline worse than an injury. that 5 seconds of sheer panic, not knowing why you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Looks like they're working on his lower body though now. He wasn't holding anything, but they're working on that left ankle and knee area.
Yeah, it looks more like the ankle.
Heel.
Something with that left leg. Hamstring.
I mean, he obviously he went down and stayed down, but he was not writhing in pain.
Right.
Which is a good sign. He gets up and jogs off on his own power, so maybe a small cramp. over to the sideline and
water up,
run over to the training table, get stretched out a little bit.
Get a little electrolytes in
Yeah,
there.
looks like he's going for a Gatorade. All right, Johnson in the offense with 1:50 left. Westman in motion to the left side, handoff Jerkovic left side, trying to get to that edge. Gain of 4, 3. Second down.
Number 7, Joey Muhlstein.
I don't know. I think they're going to just try and go into half.
Well, now I thought the same thing, but now we got 4 receivers out to the left side and Johnson alone in the backfield.
Probably a quick screen here.
Johnson, quick throw out to Westman, trying to get around the outside. Clock will keep running, unable to make anything move. I feel like the Rangers do not have much for routes across the middle. We've not seen much of that this year, and we saw a lot of it last year.
There's one thing that we're missing is a taller wide receiver. So across the middle is a little dicey when you're giving up 6 inches.
3rd down and 8, 3 receivers left, 1 right, and a running back next to Johnson. Johnson takes the snap, looks to throw.
Run it.
Shuffles out right, shuffles out left, pulls it down, will run forward. And it'll be 4th down and 5.
I don't know. Seems like he had a lot of room out there, and then it closed down. I don't understand.
But it closed with 1 guy.
Yeah, well, he kind of slid to the far outside, and if he just would have taken a step and put it upfield.
You got to make a move rather than trying to beat speed.
Right. And that's one thing that I would really like to see coach make in a halftime adjustment. Like, let's do these quick hitting, right up the middle plays. Our interior offensive line is absolutely owning them. If you can get the quick hitting gap plays, quick hitting A gaps, and then once they're used to the A gap and those defensive line is crashing, that's when you hit them with the C gap on the outside on Westman or Durago.
Forest Lake used a timeout going into 4th down. They look to choose to punt.
No, that was Moundsview.
And it's blocked. And another huge hit on Howie Johnson. They have had his number all night long with shots at the end of plays.
Their little overrated chant.
They're just trying to impose their will.
Kind of wondering.
It's at the 6-yard line.
Kind of wondering.
1st and goal, Mustangs.
1st and goal for the Mustangs with 20 seconds left. No first downs. Ball is on the 6. And this is a completely different Moundsview team than we saw last year.
Yeah, this Moundsview team definitely is here to play, and their running game and their defense. Their defense is a swarming, fast swarming defense.
Sampson trying to put more points on the board here before half. Had that wrong half the game. Sampson takes the snap, looks to pass, throws, corner route, end zone. Touchdown Moundsview. Threw it right over the top of
good pitch and catch. Good pitch and catch there.
I mean, this one's going to get ugly if the Rangers don't do something at halftime.
Yeah. I will say Moundsview definitely looks like the best team that we have played this season.
Yeah, for sure. Snap, hold, kick, up, good. 21-0 lead over the Rangers.
Yeah, hats off to Moundsview on opening half, they've executed very well and shut this Forest Lake offense down. We've been good on a few runs.
Here's the thing, though. Just gonna say it. We were also down 21 points at one point.
Yep.
In a game against Anoka. By the end of that game, the Rangers were chanting the school song.
Yeah, actually, wasn't it 2 years ago, Moundsview, or was it last year? Moundsview, Forest Lake, in the rain.
A touchdown deficit
in
that
the
we
rain,
came back
yes.
and tied in.
But we were
that
down.
Was
we were
overtime.
down early. We were down
early. Yep.
So this team does know how to claw itself back in. Let's see what
we did it last week.
Let's see what Coach Biscow can do on
halftime
adjustments, because that's going to be the
Jerkovich
key.
lets it go by him into the end zone. It'll be a touchback after the kickoff. So 18 seconds for the Rangers to do something. I would bet they're going to come out and take a knee and go in a half.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Is what B-Scout, I think, is thinking about right now.
Yeah,
let's
just
get out of this and let's go talk about it. Let's make some
regroup.
Adjustments.
Hopefully the coaches up in the crow's nest are seeing something.
Well, hopefully they're seeing what I'm seeing, because
yeah,
I think those quick-hitting run plays are definitely, like, just run it like Novocaine.
Jerkovich up the middle. Good run.
Quick-hitting run play.
But that will take us to half.
That will be on the half. That is definitely a situation where we're going to get yards on that play. But
pretty safe handoff.
I really do think that that's what we need in order to capitalize on this second half. They're going with it, and we're getting in those second and four, and then we run a pass play that we lose some yards, or it just doesn't work in your third and four, where if you would have just kept moving it ahead, go 4-4-4-4, and now in the second half you're going for it every fourth down.
Yeah.
What are you going to punt?
Yeah, you can't punt.
Like, what are you going to do? You can't punt. It's 4-down territory on every possession.
The
no
only
matter
time
where
you're punting
at.
is like if you're inside your own 20, maybe.
But I mean, I'm still dropping a long bomb, trying to get lucky, because you know what? Our punting game, they blocked one. They've blocked one. We've had a bad snap that hit one of the up backs, which was a fumble. And then the best punt that we had, we gained 20 yards net.
Well, that would be another thing that I would say, as always, and it makes me mad to have to continue to say that it seems like if the Rangers weren't, in a way, beating themselves.
Yeah, I mean, let's be clear here. Like, yes, there have been mistakes that have caused the Mustangs to get better field position.
Yes.
However, the Mustangs are absolutely firing on all cylinders on offense. There is nothing that we can do to stop a lot of these run plays.
Well, I'm saying when we've played at our best this season, we'll say that this is Moundsview's best so far, because last week was also still pretty atrocious for playing White Bear.
Yeah.
I think they probably could have hung double what they scored. But I think that the best that we've seen from the Rangers versus the best that we've seen of Moundsview so far, I don't think that there is that large of a talent gap.
I am going to have a counterpoint to that. The very best that we've seen from this Ranger defense has been pretty good. The one problem that we've had, and we still have, and which is the main problem in this, is our middle linebacker, is our inside linebacker play. That's why they're getting all of these quick yards, because they are getting tied up. They are getting tied up by these linemen in the second level, and that is the difference, because Moundsview's linebackers are free, and they are coming up and making the stop 4 yards in.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's so. Like I think that we could hang with them if we just made it our bread and butter that, hey, we are just going to go down and we are going to eat the clock, and we are, like, unfortunately we don't have all the time in the world to eat the clock. But
and that was the issue that Moundsview ran into last year.
Right.
Last year when we beat them straight up, it was end of the game. They just ran out of time to run their offense because they weren't throwing.
Right. Absolutely. Like, and not only that, like, they couldn't sustain first downs quick enough. Where,
correct.
Like, I really think that this offense, our offensive line is big enough to sustain itself if you're going those 3 and 4 yard runs. It's a little late to start that now. We're going to need a big play from somebody. Like, I would really like a big play from Westman to make this a 21-7 game. And then you can turn back to that offense and just, hey, turn the road graders on, pull the road graders off the Freightliners, and we're just going to plow a road all the way down. But unless we get a big play, we really can't go into that kind of offense.
We gotta start stretching that field sideways more. We're running a lot of between tackle runs, and they're keen on that, and bringing pressure in the middle, loading the box up.
Well,
and their linebackers are free to make those tackles. If we run outside, force their guys, because we got speed on our side.
What we do, but the thing is we have the speed in our skilled players like Westman and Durago and Jerkovic. We have speed there. The problem is we're running slower developing plays that are slowing that speed down. Like, if you get them and boom, Durago's already in motion or Westman's in motion, and you get a quick handoff, you time the handoff as he's coming around, that's when you hit that C-gap play and boom, he's already gone.
Yeah.
Those middle linebackers that are doing a really good job shifting over don't have time to get to the outside. But if you take it 3 steps back and try and do a pitch, now the linebackers instantly see what's going on, and they're out there on the outside already.
I think because we don't have the protection of the booth, now we will take a short break and let the dance team play their music over the PA and get through this, and we'll be right back with you.
All right.
All right, a brief intermission. We're back now, but
we got invaded by all the Moundsview youngins.
Yeah, they
on
did
the football team.
We had the dance team out, and then youth football night. They announced all the. There's some kids out there with some good 40 speed. Holy cow!
Yeah, there's one 8th grade kid that took that sprint really serious.
He ran it like it was a bigger deal than it was.
Right.
His
Trying
life
to impress that
depended on
track
it.
coach.
Yeah. Trying to get called up to varsity in 9th grade.
Right. All right, so we're back. It is 21-0. The Mustangs lead our Forest Lake Rangers.
Yes, 21-0. And I think as long as the Rangers go in, talk about it, and have like this is where you impress people.
Well,
as a play calling coach and everything, going into halftime, down big, making adjustments, coming back out, and making it a game in the second half. If you come out and you keep running the exact same thing you're running now, that does no good.
Exactly, and like against Prior Lake, I don't think we did that very well.
No.
But
and even last week, I don't think our adjustments were as good as.
Our adjustments were not that great. But the other thing is like this is a fairly young team. And just, throwing adjustments in sometimes doesn't work with fairly young and inexperienced players.
This is a dynasty play this year by B Scout with the amount of youngins that we got starting.
So, I mean, we definitely have some youngins. The one really solid portion looks like we're going to have a solid line next year. Lechak is a senior, but we do have some backup offensive linemen that are also looking pretty good. So, as a dynasty year, I mean, granted we're not hanging it up for the season. It's just this year's team seems a bit young, seems a bit inexperienced, and it could definitely use that year under the lights.
Yeah.
That really needs because there's just a couple of things that if you just make
simple things,
you just make your cuts right, you catch your block right, and then
you get the snap on the punt just a hair better.
Right. I mean, special teams is a big thing, and right now it's looking like that's going to be an issue.
Special teams has been a fair bit flawed so far this season,
but I'm also in the spot like, hey, unless it gets extremely better in practice, I'm just going for it, being that one team, that one team on Netflix. Just
go for it.
Just go for it.
Just go for it.
You never kick it away.
It'll be interesting to see what the strategy is coming out of half. I like you and I have talked about, I really hope that it's a lot of runs to the boundaries, trying to spread the field out a little bit more.
It's got to be quick though. You can't have these misdirection plays, a stop.
Yeah, just a jet
you
sweep,
just gotta go.
Pop pass, anything like that.
Yep, jet sweep, quick handoff to Westman or Durago coming across on a jet sweep. Just boom.
I'm gonna say
C gap.
As far as quick developing plays, one play that I think we need to start thinking of twice before running, at least against Moundsview. It's worked with other teams, but against Moundsview, they are starting to key on those bubbles.
Yeah.
Just like we saw last week.
Yep.
And if we're not careful, I think one or two more of those, and we're going to see some
I would
sort
be
of
running
interception.
with as good. This is one thing that I have not seen from the Forest Lake Rangers that I would really like to see. We have not run a 4 wide with one back and run a wheel route into it. Run a running back wheel route into it.
Yeah.
And that is like, it's a fairly safe play. Because you're halfway in between all the DBs that are out there. trying to jump the routes.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to turn and chuck it, Johnson is a fairly accurate passer. He does not have the zip required to do that quick hit, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do that, line it up so it's
bring it in a little tighter.
5 or 10 yards closer on the bunch. And then if you hit it, you can go to the outside rather than being right up next to the sidelines. So, like, I think there's a couple of things that they can do with that play that makes it more.
It makes it deadly with the ball in Westman's
It makes
hands.
it deadly, and not only does it make it deadly, it makes it more.
You're giving Westman a lot more area to run with the ball.
It's just a higher percentage play because A, your pass is going to get out there quicker. B, he's got more room to run to the sidelines. And also, if you were going to run a wheel route out of that, then you got a lot more blockers in close. You're still next to that, and then that clogs up all those backers, so you got the outside.
I will say a play that I think we need to scrap for the second half.
Oh, we got to get rid of that option, period.
The option and the screens. The screens are taking too long to develop, and we've thrown 2 of them. Both of them were nearly blocked. And those are those ones that you go up and you get a fingertip on it, and it tips the ball straight up, and they end up in tip drill interceptions.
Yeah.
We've seen that screen work against teams to perfection with Prior Lake, but there's 2 or 3 plays that this team is keen on, and we got to just rip those out of the book for the night.
Well, and it's not even that they're keying on the option. They're just so good. They're so used to seeing it because this team runs the option, and they run it better than we do.
Yes.
So your defense is playing against an offense every day that can run that play way better than you can execute it.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to even try that play anymore.
Yeah, no, I think that there's a lot of easy adjustments that can be done and get us right back into this one. I think B-Scow has a plan. He wouldn't be in the position that he's in.
I'd like to think so.
He wouldn't be a head coach having the success that he's having without a plan. We've seen second half adjustments for the boys work, and I am very excited about the second half here. I think this we definitely have a chance in the second half, but we got to start hot. If we get the ball here off the kick and take it down for 6, that's plan A.
We got it. We got to have a big play from somebody, and
we need a defensive stop.
It's going to have to be either a defensive stop, something. You know what?
Defensive turnover.
They're really hitting Howie, and they're getting chippy late on Howie, and I don't know, but he might not be taking that very well. And you know what? If I was his teammate, if I was his teammate on the defensive line, I would take that personally.
Yeah, I would. If I was his teammate, period, I'd be taking it personally.
Not only that, but they've been chanting a little bit from the student section, and after that chant, there was a few later extracurriculars that I didn't quite agree with.
They are definitely they definitely know Howie's number, and they are taking advantage of putting his shoulder through him when he has a chance, or when they have a chance. And it's not just little elbows here and there that are going to make Howie mad in the end. They are.
No, that crackback block that they got the penalty on, that was
they're
pretty
borderline
egregious.
Dangerous hits.
Yeah.
So I think that.
But not saying anything. I don't know. I mean, young kids kind of get that way. We're not gonna say one thing or the other. But if I was a coach on the other team, it looks bad. Like, you have a win this good, you don't need to do that. Well, it looks bad. It looks bad on your team for doing that.
And when the referees are consistently seeing the same guy on the ground, they're going to start keying on it a little bit too.
Right.
These refs have been reffing for 3 years. The 3 years that Howie's been playing. There's a decent chance that Howie's been in the paper a couple of times for being a Minnesota Gopher commit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that know who Howie is, and it's I hope that Howie channels some of I hope he realizes he's being picked on, channels that and blows some stuff up on the defensive side of the ball this half.
Well, I will say that there has been a couple of guys out there making some plays. I really think that Landon Hall is going to start to. He's good enough, and he's been positioning himself well. And I'm hoping that they're doing something with him as kind of a spy, because he's been one of the most reliable tacklers out there when he's in space. And if Sampson gets out there, like, let's put a spy on him, because he is absolutely killing us on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, let him throw. But you know what? Take an inside backer and make sure that you got him.
Well, so far this season, I would take our secondary in pass coverage over a quarterback running away from our defensive line. Yeah. We've played a quarterback last week that was very much focused on his running stats, and throwing was not a great option for him. Yeah, and our coverage came in clutch.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing about this defensive line. Other than Howie Johnson, they are fairly small. That makes it so a bigger quarterback, if he can stiff arm or get through that first tackle, it makes it really difficult. So when you flush him out, it's a little bit more difficult. If he's just dropping back to pass and you just put a spy on him, so now he has to come up, and that spy, that is your job.
Yeah.
Yep. That is your best tackler. That is your job. Last year it would have been Mark Rendell.
Yep.
And, that would have been his job. We just need that linebacker to step up and have it be his job.
Yeah. I agree. All right, here we go. We're going to get the second half kicked off here. We got Westman and Jurkovic deep. Moundsview will kick it away. High kick taken by McPhee at the 15. McPhee will head out right. Runs into a couple of tacklers and is taken down at the 30.
All right. So let's see this offense, see what we can get going.
Bisco's in that huddle trying to get the boys pumped up. I think this drive is key. This drive is key. We need a good drive here to get some of that momentum back to us.
This drive is key, and I'd really like to see it go behind number 77, Mason Vollrath, on just that quick C-gap play, because he has been solid on that outside left side.
Johnson works from the pistol, takes the snap, handoff Westman.
Left side.
Getting outside.
Good job. That's a good quick 4 yards.
Nice back inside. Little looked like it was going to be extracurricular, but then nice exchange of helping each other up off the ground,
right.
Sportsmanship. I think maybe a face mask got hooked together or something.
Yeah,
there.
It could be. I don't think he had his mouthpiece in, so his mouthpiece could have wrapped around the face mask of the other guy.
All right, Johnson out of the pistol, Jurkovic to his left, and receiver on each side. Westman in motion over to the right, handoff to Rago, cuts back inside, squeezes through.
Go.
That's a first down.
That is a solid play. Good job by the ref. Not.
I thought he was stopping short for a second. That was going to be
It looked like he was trying to come up early. I'm like, no, that was no knee down. Great job there by Durago. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, those quick hitting runs. You get behind Mason Vollrath, number 77. You get behind Stefan Lachak. And those runs have been super, super effective.
Johnson out of the pistol, takes a snap, handoff, Jerkovic going right, cuts back, running over a couple of Mustangs, first down, gain of 10. Rangers are on the move.
All right, that was a great pull there by Lucas McKenzie. He got out and got right in front of Jerkovic, cleared out those linebackers that I was talking about. You get that big guy through. That's a tough play to make as a guard there. It's jammed up. It's full of bodies, and you got to get around and find the hole.
Yeah. Johnson now under center out of the eye. 2 receivers to his left. Johnson takes a snap, pitch out, Jerkovic. Ball on the ground, picked up by the Mustangs. It's going back the other way. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Touchdown, Moundsview.
Well, and there's the mistakes that we don't need to have. It was a good job by the defender. He took a shot and got his helmet right on top of the ball. It wasn't the fault of Jerkovic. It just one of those plays that you get your helmet right on the ball and got a good shot at coming out.
Yep. On to attempt the extra point to make this a 28-0 game. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good.
Melvin's kick is up, and it's good. He's perfect 4 for 4 on the night.
So,
First 2 minutes of the third quarter.
All right.
Moundsview rolling tonight.
Well, plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
I believe this is
The
about.
Rangers love being the comeback kids.
I believe this is about the score that we had with Anoka right now.
Was it 4 down?
Yeah. I think it was 28. Yeah, oh, it might have been 28-7.
That sounds closer. Well, you know what we can do while we have some time here?
Well, we got time.
We can look that game up. So if I'm not mistaken, that was
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Jerkovic and Westman deep to receive the kick again. Kick is away. Jerkovic will take it at the 8. Returning left side. Has a lane. Taken down at the 30. I think Jerkovic didn't think he went down, but called down at the 30-yard line. And that's where the Rangers will set up shop.
All right, here we go. I mean, it's really nothing you can do. You just got to go right back at it.
First and 10 from the Ranger 30.
I'd like to see Jerkovic get the ball here right away just to get his confidence back.
First and 10, receiver to either side. Johnson with Jerkovic to his left. Handoff Jerkovic up the middle. Pushes forward, gain of 5.
Carries up the middle, gains 4 yards. Brought down by Joe Kostelnik.
So 2 years ago would have been 22.
Yeah.
Was that B-Scou's first season?
Yes. I believe it was. That Anoka game was the first one that we started to believe.
Yeah. Johnson takes a snap, drops back to pass, throws downfield. He's got 2 receivers down there.
Double
Picked off.
coverage.
Going back the other way.
Johnson's pass is intercepted.
And Moundsview is on its way to routing Forest Lake.
Second interception of the night.
Actually, no. That was the second game of the season, and I started believing the first game of the season when we beat St. Michael Albertville 35-20 that season.
Yeah, but I started to believe.
You started to believe. I was all in week 1.
It's not knowing the path, it's walking the path. Little matrix there.
So it was at its worst point.
I think, when do they go to the ever
13-29
13-29? Okay.
was the worst it ever got in that one.
Okay. Well, hey, there's always room for new improvements. 28-0. Come on back.
I wish I had the records. See if
Vikes
that
did
would
it.
break a record.
Just need 5 touchdowns.
It's just 5 touchdowns, boys.
It's just 5 touchdowns. That's all it is.
Starts with a pick 6 from Connor McPhee right here. 2nd down and 7. Sampson takes a snap. Handoff inside. Gain of a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah. So once again, we would like you to like and subscribe if you're still with us.
That was a good time.
Like and subscribe, and also a big shout out to Paul and the gang, out doing a great job there the last 2 weeks. They'll be back at it in 2 weeks, right?
Correct, yes. So next week, the Rangers take on the White Bear Bears. Battle for the paddle. But unfortunately, we
good
will
job.
not be there.
Good coverage by Tamakun. Sampson threw a 12-yard pass over to the left, and it was a jump ball between Tamakun and the receiver out there. I didn't quite get the number. Tamakun made a good adjustment and knocked it down.
4th down and 4 to go. Mustangs, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a running back behind Sampson. Sampson goes hard count.
Good job not jumping, though.
Sampson takes the snap, drops to pass, quick throw outside. Tamakun there to make the tackle, but it'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs. So, what I was saying is after tonight, we will play White Bear next week at White Bear. Unfortunately, we will not be able to be there and do any sort of broadcast, so you'll have to track with the Bears broadcast wherever that link is sent out. But we will be right back with you for a full video broadcast at home in 2 weeks against Stillwater. And
homecoming.
If you want to be notified, we'll get to the rest of that shout out. The Sampson looks to pass, quick out throw. Tamakun there to make the tackle again, but gain of a couple. Those quick hitting passes have been working all night long. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty on the Rangers sideline for a coach.
I think B-Scout gave the ref an earful there.
I don't think that one's B-Scout. I think that's our D coordinator down here.
Oh, yep. Backs to us. I didn't see who it was.
But we'll be back with a full broadcast against Stillwater at home. So to be notified when that one goes live, although we'd love for you to be in the stadium.
Ooh, that's a 15-yarder.
Yeah, personal foul. Like, subscribe on the broadcast down below. Turn on that notification bell.
Right.
And then another shout out, go throw a follow to MNHS Football Network. Started by Ranger alum Caleb Casa.
Well,
see where he's at tonight.
Also our fellow announcer alum.
Yes, that as well.
Our fellow announcer alum. He started to do a great job, and if you wanted to get a quick look at what the Mustangs look like, you could have, if you were subscribed to his channel, you could have saw a little quick 12-minute clip video of their pounding that they put on White Bear Lake last week.
Yeah. No, we were both there. We try and get as much up on social media as we can. His content is very, very well done. So we got a timeout here. I'm not sure exactly what this stoppage was for. Like a referee timeout to officials timeout for something going on down on the field.
First and 10.
Well, there was a little bit of a long discussion with B-Scow there. So
I think B-Scow just wanted a explanation of what was happening.
Well, I think what happened was there was another little chipper a little after the play.
First and 10 from the 11. First down available at the 1 yard line if the Mustangs need it. Throw outside of the pylon. They've been picking on Tamakung all night long. And there's been a fair amount of plays that he's turned around, made a play on the ball, and broken up big plays.
Yeah, they are definitely not going to Connor McPhee's side.
And then there are a fair amount of plays that they are failing at doing that. But Connor and Tamakung switch sides now. Sampson works out of the pistol, sends a receiver in motion, handoff around the left side. We got a penalty that comes in late. We'll see what that is. I'm not sure what that would be.
I think it's a.
Is it a hold?
It's a hold.
That'd be. Looks like it was holding, so back him up 10 from the line of scrimmage. They'll negate a good chunk of that personal foul. Rangers right now, you gotta stack some small wins together to try and get to any sort of comeback if you wanted to. And this right here would be a small but yet sizable win, keeping them out of the end zone here.
Yeah.
Inside the 20.
I mean, you just got to get some of those stops just to start feeling better about the game next week and, you know, what you're doing. You might not be able to pull back into the game, but.
Sampson pitch going right. Ranger wrecking crew there to stack him up, gain him maybe one. That's going to bring up 3rd and long. And at this point, a first down is a touchdown.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I really.
What do you do?
I really think we need to start working on getting low on tackles because they've been tackling up top and basically getting shed from their tackles quite a bit. That one, Lashinsky started up high, but at least he got into him enough that there was more help coming in.
Agreed. Sampson with 3 receivers to the wide side of the field on the left and 1 to his right. Looks, throws, end zone, incomplete. Tamakung in coverage.
He had good
that
coverage
pass
there.
Was
he had good coverage.
Catchable.
It was not catchable, but there wasn't a lot of places that he could throw that ball that was not. Unless it was deep corner end zone. That was about the only way that he was going to get it.
It looked like he was trying to go back shoulder with it, and it was just thrown way short. I think that's what Sampson running to the sideline was trying to tell his receiver. But Moundsview now in to attempt a field goal. This will be a 25-yarder or 35-yarder. Kick is up.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
Wow. The Rangers have seen some kickers last couple of weeks.
That's another 3 points for the Mustangs. Brought to you tonight by Ryan Nelson of Caldwell Banker.
That's I mean, this team looks like a solid team. We could be hearing some rumblings out of Moundsview come playoff time.
Correct. Yes, Moundsview. There will not be a tie in the standings for long.
No.
I mean, it was a 3-way tie between Forest Lake, Stillwater, and Moundsview, and now
Well, let's. What do we got for scores? Scores around the league, sir.
Scores around the league. The most important one being Stillwater.
Right.
And our opponents the rest of the year, where are they sitting? Well, we'll get the kickoff here first. Ball is away. Taken by Jerkovic at the 7. Returning left side, has a nice seam up to the 35 before being taken down.
Ooh. Looks like he took a stinger.
I think he took a little bit of an awkward shot there.
Took a helmet to the hip, I think.
Tackled by Chuck Eggert and Isaiah Iverson.
Coach, I'd get him checked out before I sent him out on offense.
First and 10 Rangers at their own 35.
See what the offense can cook up here with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
In the third quarter.
Running a little gingerly.
Johnson with 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and a running back flanking him on the right side. Johnson sends Durago in motion to the right side, takes a snap, looks to throw, pressured, has a receiver. Durago downfield, 15, 20-yard gain.
All right, here's a solid play.
15-yard gain, excuse me. First down, Rangers moving.
That's kind of the level that I would be looking for Johnson, you know, where you're kind of rolling out, and it's just a soft throw. He doesn't have to just absolutely just straight jack it out there. And, you know, if it's not there, he can run.
Correct.
I definitely like that against this defense a lot better than those screen plays that we were running.
Johnson takes a snap, rolls left, looks to throw, and is sacked. Ran right into a defensive end that was being pushed out, but was able to shed the block. And the "Who's Your Daddy" chant has started.
I will say that, you know, I kind of said that this defensive line is a little bit small. These guys got a motor, and you know, if you it's hard to sustain a block against a guy that's, you know, smaller, quick, and that's the problem here. They
pitch out to Jerkovic. Oh my Lord! He's going to gain 12. Picks up the yardage lost on the sack, but that'll bring up third down. And the Rangers have had a few plays that it has been.
Well, it's third down, and
just a shoelace tackle away from a touchdown.
It's third down, and we are going to have 2-down territory. I can't imagine that anything in the second half here is going to be a punt.
Not punting. Johnson, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left.
I'd like to run that C-gap play right down on Mason Valrath again, but it's
Johnson drops to pass, throws out. Is it going to be caught by Lashinsky?
No, I think he trapped it.
Incomplete. So I got some scores we can go through here quick. Park Cottage Grove losing to Buffalo 21-3. Maple Grove beating Centennial 21-14. And this one, big game of the night, Stillwater against Eastridge. And I will tell you that score as soon as we see what happens on fourth down. 3 receivers to the right for the Rangers. Westman, the lonely man to the left, and Jerkovic behind Johnson. Johnson takes a snap, drops the pass, pressured, throws over the middle, intercepted. He was looking for Durago.
That's an interception, and they were trying to call it that he did not intercept it because one guy realized that, hey, we don't want an interception here.
Yeah, you bat that down if you're a smart defender because your offense gets it in much better field position. Anyways, scores. Stillwater versus Eastridge. Stillwater vying for the top spot in the standings. Taking it to Eastridge 24-6 right now. So Eastridge will go to 0-2 in conference play. And the Rangers will be right somewhere in the middle at 1-1 in conference play. They'll also drop to 1-2 unless something miraculous happens on the season. Ranger Wrecking Crew coming up with a big stop on first down.
Howie Johnson gets a tackle for a loss.
Run up the middle, Howie Johnson there to get that tackle.
Tackle by Johnson, Hanegraaff.
It'll be 2nd down and 12. Moundsview still playing their starters. Rangers defense still the starting cast. They'll come to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down with 4 receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Sending a man in motion like they've done all night.
Ooh.
Moundsview now with the speed option.
Landon Hall just knifed right up the middle on a backward blitz there. Ended up catching him from the backside.
Sampson trying to get to the outside is brought down quickly.
It's kind of what I was thinking. That's what my adjustment would have been there. Landon Hall in. He's been in and out. And
Sampson seems to have messed up his knee on that play. He's hobbling a little bit.
He's taken some shots tonight, but I mean he has been very effective in the run game.
Sampson throws back over cross. That is a catch and a first down. Reception brought in.
Ben Arnold.
Mustang first down.
That might be one of the first receptions that McPhee has led up this whole season.
Yeah, he's been on. I mean, that was a quick hitting slant that just. I mean, it's tough to defend. Connor McPhee had him right away and wrapped him up. So stop the bleeding of that play. But there's not much you can do. That was just a good pitch and catch.
Another one I'm waiting to get the score on would be the White Bear Woodbury game. See how they're doing. But here on first down, there'll be a run left. And a good stop by the Rangers, dropping them for a loss of 1.
It looks like another loss. Tackle for a loss by Howie in the front of the Ranger Wrecking Crew there. There's all 3 of the defensive linemen just kind of met in the backfield there.
Second down.
And call a timeout.
That's the end of the quarter.
End of the quarter.
With the score, the Moundsview Mustangs 31, Forest Lake Rangers 0.
So the Rangers playing a little bit of damage control football here. 31-0.
I wouldn't mind seeing a little scoop and score touchdown for somebody just to get that goose egg off the board.
Yeah, it's.
And you know what? This team, both of these teams, do not like each other.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, they've been really close games, and I'm really thinking they want to keep that. They want to keep that goose egg intact, and Forest Lake wants to break that goose egg.
This is another one of those rivalry type games that we have in this conference that has been a tradition in a way. Moundsview, Forest Lake, and White Bear have been 3 of the oldest teams in this conference. Eastridge is a fairly new school. Woodbury moved in. Stillwater also. Like those 4 teams have played each other for many, many, many years. And you grow up watching these games. You don't care so much about when we play Apple Valley, but Moundsview is always one of those games that you want to win.
Right, and you know,
handoff up the middle, stuck at the line of scrimmage, ball out.
Open, Landon Hall falls on it.
Down.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
He was not down, but the ground did cause the fumble, I would say. I think the ball bounced off the ground and came out, but nothing on his body was.
I thought that was Lashinsky that hit him and kind of separated it, but I don't know. I got no replay, so I can't tell.
Yeah. Sampson with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Takes the snap, drops to throw. Quick swing pass out to the flat. Good
Here's
open
a good
field
job.
tackle
Good
by
open field
Lashinsky.
tackle.
Sampson swing pass to Cornelius.
4th down and 12.
Tackle by Lashinsky.
And I feel like I've said this for Moundsview so many times of like 3rd and 4th down many times tonight for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they've either converted
They have.
or we give the ball right back to them.
Right. They have been converting on 3rd and 4th quite often.
I mean, when it comes to turnovers tonight, I think that the punt is away, short and out of bounds.
Punt.
Maybe a net punt to 10 yards.
Yeah.
Keep on walking it back.
Yeah, it's going to be about 12 total. And that's one of those things. Like,
What I was saying, though, was I just think this game would be a little bit different had we not turned the ball over and given them the field position that we've given them most of the night. And I know that that's football. Turnovers happen, and it's pretty easy to say, I think this game would be a different story if it wasn't for turnovers. But I'd say it's the story.
But, I mean,
Johnson, quick throw out to the right flat with Jerkovich, trying to get away from a tackle. Doesn't get very
Westman's
far.
got to try and sustain his block over there. And the defensive back there had too easy of a shed just to shed off Westman and hit Jerkovich.
What would you say would be your keys to the game tonight as far as where it went wrong, what went wrong?
Well, I'm going to have, and I don't mean to pick on people. I'm not saying that. I think we need to have some serious looking at our middle linebackers. Our middle linebackers are not able to shed blocks or find people.
And we've seen that
on the outside. Like once the play, they do a good job. They do a good job when they're knifing in and blitzing. They're doing a great job then. But the one thing is they're not able to shed blocks, and they are a little bit undersized. So that's where you got to have that fight to be able to fight off that guy, and it's not an easy thing to do. And I'm not saying that any of our guys are doing a terrible job. I am saying that it is a hard job, but we just need to find that one guy, especially if you're going to run a run-based offense that may score 24 points.
Yeah, and that's something as the Rangers are now back, small injury timeout. Handoff Westman going left. Has blocks. He's loose. Down the sideline, making moves, pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
All right.
The Rangers got something going on. We might get out of here without the goose egg.
Yeah, and then on offense, this just was a defense that we are not used to. We are not used to the speed of this defense. And the one thing that they have been doing very well is these are undersized linebackers, and if I was the coach, I would be bringing my linebacker room into the video room and showing what these guys are doing in order to shed those blocks, because they're running basically the same offenses.
Johnson rolls left to pass. He's got Durago downfield, caught. Got to be a 17-yard gain. And the Rangers, for the first time tonight, are in the red zone.
But getting back to my point, they're running the same type of offenses and the same type of plays and are similar in size. Just one team is a lot more effective at shedding blocks than the other. So I would take a look at this game in depth.
Johnson, a receiver to either side of him. They run that option. Johnson runs forward and runs into a wall of, looky there, middle linebackers for Moundsview. Making a stop to that play after a gain of 1. Yeah, I think that's something that we saw a lot in the past 2 weeks with halftime adjustments too. Them just picking on the middle of our defense. running the ball. Prior Lake did it and won. And Eastridge almost did it to a win yesterday. Johnson, option, right side. Immediately taken down in the backfield by a blitzing outside linebacker.
Into the backfield for a tackle.
And now we got a 3rd down and 10. There's a 1st down on the 2 if the Rangers can get down there.
Well, I mean, clearly
might as well score
we're
the
in
touchdown.
4-down territory unless they don't want the goose egg, but I would think that if you kick a field goal here, that is just as bad as a goose egg.
Johnson with a receiver to either side, actually 2 to the left, and Jerkovich behind him. He'll roll
out,
to throw,
and it's
tipped. Swatted down, incomplete. He was looking,
I don't know,
for Jacob Renfield. And that looked to be one of those rollout screens that we were talking about, and again, it was played perfectly and tipped.
Right. I mean, that play had a lot more possibilities than those bubble screens that we were trying in the first half.
Johnson on 4th and 10.
At least against this defense. I'm not saying that they can't work. I'm just saying that against this defense, that's not the right play to run.
Moundsview will call a timeout. So,
you know what? We haven't run too many go routes or corner routes. Let's just throw a ball up and get 3 guys out there in the corner. Throw a ball up, and you know what? Maybe you get in there. Maybe you get a PI call.
Yeah. No, I think that's kind of what you got to do at this point. You got to go for broke here.
PI call or a touchdown, like one of the two.
Call up your best play call right now. 4 receivers to the right side or left side.
I'd like to run Durago across the middle and probably Westman in a back corner route there.
McPhee by himself on the right side. Johnson alone in the backfield. Takes the snap.
Gotta
looks
throw
to the end zone. Jerkovich
caught, and he hung on to that ball. What a great catch by Jerkovich.
Rangers.
That, you know what? We might have had not much to talk about, but that was a great catch.
Wow.
And man, did he get hit when he caught that ball and still hung on to it.
No gloves.
No gloves, just solid.
That was a solid catch. All right, so there's 8 minutes to go. That's 1 touchdown down. Is it 5 still? Or are we at 4 to go? 28?
Well,
1 down, 4 to go.
4 to go would put us at 34, depending on.
Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. Or
but,
a call.
It looks like the Rangers are going out to kick the extra point. I was thinking maybe they.
The Moundsview player down is the
tackler. Looks like he
Jerkovich.
took the brunt of the Jerkovich tackle.
Yeah, he took the brunt. I think he ended up just basically putting almost like a Tua hit.
It looked like he led with the crown of his helmet. Everything you're told not to do. And he paid the price.
Yeah, that was a loud hit. I think helmet's cracked, but I think he took it on the crown, and Jerkovich kind of got a side glancing blow.
Jacob Jude, the Mustang that was down, he is now up and walking to the sideline under his own power.
Field goal, or extra point coming on. Connor McPhee on the hold.
Snap, hold, kick.
Up
good.
And good.
So, 5 touchdowns does it for the Rangers. 4 more. That
was number 1.
We need a defensive. couple of defensive scores would be nice. Here we go. Get the hands team out there and let's
tell you what though.
Let's get this ball back.
31-14 looks a lot better than 31-7.
True.
I mean, just as far as in the just in the stat sheet.
We need a better ratio than White Bear. That's what I'm gunning for.
I mean, we know what the score essentially was when the game was still the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everybody reading box scores.
It looks like the Moundsview Mustangs are counting on Force Lake taking a chance with an onside kick here. The hands team is out.
I do not hate a deeper squib.
Rangers will
a deeper squib, hook it over to their left side here.
Ball on the ground. Howie Johnson came in like a missile.
Sam Cornelia.
Well, he's been getting chipped on quite a bit, so
I don't blame him. I do not blame him. So here we go. Defense out on the field now. McPhee not in the game. Waiting on the sideline. Looks like he may be going in next play or so. Sampson comes out on the field now.
Number 26, Bash Puent coming in for McPhee.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Sampson, and a back behind him. He works out of the pistol. Takes the snap, keeps himself, throws outside.
Oh, great tackle.
Tumakung. Woo! No, that's Lashinsky.
That's Lashinsky.
Beautiful tackle on that outside bubble pass. Beat his block.
That was a great square up. Get your hips low and just drive him backwards. Great tackle. Hey, just check out number 26. This guy, Bash is his first name. Now there's a
football name for you.
That's a football name for you. Bash Puent.
Sampson. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He looks to pass.
Oh,
takes
Phil.
a hit from Phil. And, you know, I know the ball fell incomplete, but that was definitely offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
He threw Bash forward and then ran himself into the kicking net.
Yeah, that's...
So now it's 3rd and long. And I don't quite understand the Moundsview thought here.
Yeah,
you come
passing.
out 2 plays, 2 pass plays, both.
I mean,
doesn't keep the clock going.
Well, so, you know, hey, we've been a running team the whole time. Maybe they just want to run pass plays against a different defense than their own.
3rd and long. Is that a false start?
Yeah.
False start backs him up, keeps the clock from running.
So
puts him in 3rd and half a mile.
I think that's what we're seeing here is they're just taking this as like practice reps at the end. Like, hey, we're gonna.
That's fine. Give us the ball back.
We're gonna throw passes. We're gonna throw passes just to see. So later on down in the season, we know what works. We know who's better at jump balls. We know what routes are better for this receiver.
That's fine. I want Howie Johnson to make a statement here. 3rd and 17. Sampson, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and a running back right behind him. Takes the snap, handoff, up the middle.
And the Ranger Wrecking Crew is right there.
Howie Johnson makes a statement, stops him at the line of scrimmage.
Howie Johnson is there along with number 94, Andrew Johnson. Howie Johnson, Andrew Johnson. I'm not going to say relation or not. I would guess not.
Who?
Andrew Johnson, Howie Johnson.
I do not think so.
Sampson.
I think the only Johnson relation was Howie and his brother, Gunner, last year.
A lot of Johnsons up in Force Lake.
Yeah. Sampson.
In Minnesota,
into punt.
period.
That's true. Punt is
Oh,
away.
wow. That's a
McPhee
boomer.
there to take it.
Wow.
Goes left. Tries to break a tackle, is taken down. Offense comes out. 6:10 left. All we need is 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, we're just
Same drive as last time, just pick up the pace a hair.
right.
First down for the Rangers with 6:10 left in the fourth quarter.
Well,
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Johnson working out of the pistol. Jurkovic directly behind him. Johnson takes a snap, drops to pass, tucks it himself, gets forward, pick up maybe 1 or 2.
Colton Louis makes a great tackle.
What were you
yeah,
going to say?
that's another thing where he just needed to stick his foot in the ground and get forward. The offensive lineman had the defense kind of hold up there, but he kind of cut around and worked himself into getting tackled again.
Johnson runs the speed option, takes it forward, gains more yardage, getting close to a first down, but we gotta hurry up if there's any chance of anything historic happening tonight.
Yeah, pace has got to be up tempo and you know what? It actually wouldn't be bad just to get a little practice up tempo.
Johnson rolls right to throw, throws downfield, got Lashinsky, makes a move, gets back to the middle of the field. That's going to be a pickup of 15.
That was a pretty good clear-out play. I kind of like that. They had crossing routes bringing the defenders back, and then those crossing routes were able to pick up the D-backs once they got in the backfield there.
First and 10, Rangers.
3 receivers for Johnson to pick from. Sends Durago in motion. Takes a snap, drops to pass. Is pressured, throws on the run, down the sideline. Nice catch by Lashinsky. Dragging the toe, gain of 15 and a first down. Rangers knocking on that 30-yard line.
See, and these are the types of pass plays that I was wanting them to run.
And where was it?
Where were they?
It's working.
It's working. This was the more halftime adjustment, but we need to be in those where there's less of a hole at halftime that we're digging ourselves out of.
4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Westman.
Toss to Westman. No, that was backwards. There's a backwards pass, and they call it incomplete.
Yeah.
How about you have the line judge that can see it make the call instead of...
Yeah, that was right in front of us. Definitely was a backwards pass.
It was backwards by 2 yards. We were trying to get it to the hands of a playmaker. Johnson, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap, drops to pass, looks downfield, has time, throws towards the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted into the end zone. Lashinsky will make the tackle. Be a touchback. I messed up the scoreboard again. It is the 4th quarter of play, not the 3rd quarter.
4th quarter, 4:26 to go.
Intercepted into the end zone.
I believe we will have a running clock.
Yard line, Mustangs, first and 10.
I do believe as well. So these last 4 minutes should go quickly. Open up the rosters.
Yep.
We got a new quarterback checking in.
New quarterback. Whole bunch of guys with clean jerseys.
Wheeler stands in, ready to take the snap from Moundsview. Handoff up the middle. Rangers there. Nothing going. Howie Johnson will check out. Looks like the defense is going to start working some guys in.
Tamakung comes out. Lashinsky comes out. 23. Sawyer McCann comes in.
Jack Phil comes out.
Did somebody count? 5. Yep, I guess we got the right guy. We got the right amount.
Wheeler out of the pistol. Takes the snap, runs to his right.
Nothing doing.
Taken down. No gain. Be third down. Rangers might get this ball back. And we will see whether it will be.
Nate Schleif comes out. Andrew Johnson comes back in. Colin Christensen comes in. And linebacker.
My guess is we see Bo Anderson next series for the Rangers.
Bo Anderson, the quarterback?
Yeah. Senior quarterback.
All right.
They're starting to shuffle everybody in on
That's
on defense. I would bet they do the same thing on offense.
well, no, we're gonna have a flag.
Delay a game on the offense.
I like how the ref just
Kinda
blew
threw it
the
up.
flag. The ref in the backside blew the whistle. No flags come out, and then the back
just
judge just
Throws it straight up in
throws
the air.
it straight up in the air and hits him in the head.
All right. Let's try third down and
Country mile.
20 over. Wheeler
And
comes up and is taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Landon Hall on the
Be
tackle.
fourth down. We'll see what they'll do. I bet they go for it. At this point, it really don't matter. Moundsview has played a flawless game to this point. Other than the penalties. They've not had much for turnovers, and the penalties have been the only thing that killed them, but we just killed ourselves with turnovers today.
Yeah, there's been a number of issues. We had some
Timeout called by Moundsview.
turnovers, and then, I mean, and honestly, it was just we couldn't stop that RPO of Sampson. Like he kept it on the keeper many times, and I mean just slashed us for. He had a couple of over 20-yard runs, which that was when the game was new, and that set the tone of the game.
McPhee has never had a better chance for a return touchdown. Punt is away.
That is a punt that is going to be hard to return.
He's gonna
If he gets
take it.
around.
Makes a good couple of moves, but is taken down at the 50.
Fields the punt.
All right, we'll see who B-Scout sends out there.
Looks like the starting offense is lining up, so we will not see Bo Anderson. It will be Connor Johnson in the starting offense to go back out there. I'm guessing trying to put another 7 on the board,
Yeah.
make the scoreboard look a little bit better.
Well, I mean, the point differential does come down to a
Johnson
little bit.
drops to pass, screen to Jurgovich.
Catches it in
Gets some
space.
good blocks, gain of 10.
Screen pass from Johnson to Jerkovich.
Minute 30.
Joe Costa.
If the Rangers want to get a few more plays off, they're going to have to move a little
Right.
bit quicker than they
You're
are.
going to have to go at pace here.
3 receivers to the left side. Johnson rolling
Oh, that's
and sacked.
he's got to come out with that ball early and get either throw it away, because like the second he starts slowing down, you can't pass, and there's no way you're getting around anybody. So, like you got to when you when you come out to the side like that, once you start to slow down, you got to just chuck it out because
Johnson, 3 receivers to his right. Quick pass out to Westman. Drugged down by his face mask. And no penalty call.
No penalty.
That's probably the most egregious call of the night. That was a blatant face mask.
Yeah.
And it'll be 4th and 6.
I think the refs just looked at his watch and said, nah.
It was a bit of a crazy call to not call that one, but
I mean, it happened right in front of him, so.
Johnson takes the snap, handoff Westman. Going left.
Oh, fumble.
And the ball comes out at the end. That'll be a turnover on downs. And Moundsview will take back over control of the ball.
It's turned over on downs after that fumble.
And that'll bring us to 8 seconds.
Moundsview will just have to come out and snap the ball, and it will all be over. And it looks like they're going to let the 8. I think they're telling.
We've got 8 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, there's 8 seconds left. The teams were starting to line up to shake hands, but you got to get those last 8 seconds off.
Do we really need the huddle to get this last 8 seconds off there?
Yeah. I mean, if you're having a talk with your offense, like, great job, you played great, you can do that after the game.
Right.
Let's just get out there, take the knee, and get out of here. So the Rangers will go to 1-2 on the season. Moundsview goes to 2-1.
A pretty impressive 2-1, I will say.
This team looks like a completely different team than last week.
This team right here is the best Moundsview team that I've seen in 3 years.
Agreed.
In the 3 years that I've been covering Forest Lake football, this is by far the best Moundsview team. And this Moundsview team seems like we will be seeing them later in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is this
hats off to the Mustangs. Great job.
Yeah, thank you to Moundsview High School for allowing us to broadcast.
Yeah, big thanks to the Mustangs, and great job, and all the luck to them for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think we'll stop her there. We got to drive home.
Yep.
But
just if you're still with us, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that bell. You will know when we are on next. And
again,
I'm Joel Geist.
Noah Casa, and we will be back with you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yes.
At home against Stillwater.
Absolutely.
Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good one.